I'm back with my coverage of every college football game in week 0 and week 1 here at Wager Talk TV. In this video, we're taking a look at the Idaho State Bengals taking on the UNLV Rebels in week 0. UNLV will be a 25.5-point favorite. The total sits at 62.5, and UNLV is coming off a pretty good season. 11-3 overall, 6-1 in the Mountain West. 8-6 against the spread. But the bad news is when you're a smaller program like UNLV and you have a season like that, it usually means you lose a ton of players in the transfer portal. You lose your head coach. And that's exactly what happened to the Rebels. Barry Odom took off for another job at Purdue, and Dan Mullen comes in from the broadcast booth. Mixed reviews on Dan Mullen. Some people out there think he's a good coach. Some people think he's a bad coach. I'm on the fence with Dan Mullen, but I will say there's a reason he's been in the broadcast booth for the last few years, and it's not because he didn't want to be coaching. Let's put it that way. As far as returning production, they rank near the bottom of college football with very little returning production. Almost everybody's gone from last year's squad. And yeah, they've been active in the transfer portal. They'll have talent. They'll bring in guys. They're excited about this upcoming season and their new coach. But it's hard for me to go to the bank and bet on teams based on hope. And you know, especially in week 1. I mean, you're going to work out all the kinks with a completely new roster, new quarterback, Alex Orji from Michigan. I wasn't really all that impressed with him during his time at Michigan. We know Dan Mullen's a guy that likes to run the ball. They do have a stud at running back returning, Jaden Thomas, 918 yards, 7 touchdowns last year, averaged 5.6 yards per carry. Probably going to be a lot of handing off to him, specifically in the first few games of the season while they get everything ironed out. Total sitting at 62.5. We'll take a look at that in a second. Before we talk about the Idaho State Bengals, I got to tell you about a promotion we have available right now at wagertalk.com. And in fact, let me make you an offer that you simply cannot refuse. For a limited time, we are giving away the rest of the Major League Baseball season and the rest of the CFL season with a purchase of my all-access college and pro football package priced at $777. I'm the #1 MLB handicapper at Wager Talk the last 365 days. I'm hitting 75% with my CFL picks this season. Of course, that is also #1 at Wager Talk. I like to say no purchase necessary, and you're certainly not obligated to buy anything. But if you do, if you're interested in buying picks, this is the deal. It won't last for long. You want to take advantage of this deal while you can. Now let's talk about the Idaho State Bengals. And there's not a lot to say about the Idaho State Bengals. In fact, when I saw that 25.5-point spread, I got a few minutes into my handicap, rubbing my hands together, thinking, oh, this team could be pretty competitive. And I realized I was looking at the Idaho Vandals, who gave Oregon a run for their money in week 0 last year. But no, not the Idaho Vandals, the Idaho State Bengals, who are significantly worse in FCS in the Big Sky than the Vandals. They were 5-7 overall last year, 3-5 in the Big Sky. Their big game against a Division I team was a 38-15 loss to Oregon State. And Oregon State wasn't that good last year. They are a trending program that is trending in the right direction. They're bringing back some starters from last year. But still, they're not in the upper echelon of the FCS. And usually when that's the case, you're looking at a blowout. So I'm not that tempted to take the 25.5 points, even though I am low on UNLV, but I am tempted to take the under because I just don't think UNLV's offense is going to be up to the task of getting us over this 62.5-point total in week 0 with all the moving pieces and the fact that they're going to be a run-first offense most likely. So if I got to bet this game, which certainly I don't have to, but if I do, it's going to be under 62.5. If you like this video, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you got anything to say to me, even if it's nasty, hit me up in the comments below. I will get back to you as soon as I can.